I wonder if you can tell the bit of bias in my voice. On May 15th, one of my favorite light heavyweights to watch, Joshua Buatsi, who's the WBA International Light Heavyweight Champion, and he's defended that belt pretty regularly. And he brings a record of 13 wins, 11 by knockout, and no defeats. He'll be taking on Daniel Blenda Dos Santos, and he brings a record of 15 wins, 8 by knockout, and no defeats. Now, it seems like a keep busy fight with someone with a good record. They did a good job getting somebody with a good record. It wasn't the original name that they wanted. I don't know who that original name was. It was probably one of the bigger fights, but of course it wasn't going to be Callum Johnson, who just fought, or Callum Smith, who has yet to make his light heavyweight debut. Or it wasn't going to be Lyndon Arthur or Anthony Yard, who is suffering from an abscessed tooth. Get well soon, buddy. Those things suck. I'd had mouth surgery. Mine was the wisdom teeth. It wasn't the other. But the other, I've heard, holy crap. When you're in a dentist office, you learn a lot about dentistry because of the boring weights and all that stuff, in the books and such. Anyways, this is boxing. Let's get on to boxing. And Buatsi is going to box Dos Santos. Again, good record for Dos Santos, Buatsi to have on his record, but I think Buatsi's waiting on a Bivol fight, but still wants to stay busy, and he wants to keep learning. And this is a good fight. As long as you're in the ring, you are learning. No matter if it's an easy fight or a hard fight, and who knows, Dos Santos could shock us all and become Buatsi's hardest fight. I bring that up every fight because you never know you never know who's going to turn out to be a Rocky. You never know who's going to turn out to be this underdog that comes to fight and prove everybody wrong. But Joshua Buatsi is definitely tops on my light heavyweight prospect contender list. I really, really believe in Joshua Buatsi as the next light heavyweight great, and more people should know his name. He's very quiet. He's very conservative or conserved. He's just quiet. He does his thing. I know he doesn't have the bravado that a Roy Jones Jr. had in the light heavyweight division, but his fights are entertaining. Him versus Bivol is a hell of a fight. I definitely want to see it next, and I definitely believe Buatsi. No, that's my bias talking. I got to pull myself back. Have to pull myself back. Maybe a couple more fights then versus Bivol, due to the fact that Joshua Buatsi only has 13 fights so far. This is going to be his 14th. So, and then you bring up Bivol, who had probably 15 before probably had 14. Same as Buatsi for his world title fight. But I don't know if Buatsi is ready. I want to think that he's ready. I want him to be ready. I just don't know if he is. I'd like to think he is. He gets hit with a few shots that just shouldn't come in. He should move his head more, but I say that every Buatsi fight, and he's learning, and that's why I think that if you do get Buatsi versus Bivol, then plan for a sequel because it's going to be a tough fight, but Bivol is going to catch that head a little bit more and most likely walk away with the decision. A couple more fights if he just keeps on fighting as frequently as he is right now. Him versus Bivol would be awesome. I know that there's the Artur Beterbiev, but over in America, in boxing, we like to just keep to ourselves, I know there was the Vozdik versus Beterbiev, but they were on the same side of the street. That whole side of the street bullshit. So I definitely think that the next stop for Buatsi is a Bivol fight. It's going to be entertaining. I definitely want to see it. But Buatsi, he's just going to spark out Dos Santos. I could be wrong, but I think he's going to beat Dos Santos into the ground in the 4th round. Good win for Buatsi, and I hope he just moves his head. He just shows that he can move a little bit more and not get as touched up as he does. Because after every fight, he's busted up a little bit. He's got a knot here or a cut there. Again, I just hope for the best for Buatsi. I think he's smart enough, talented enough, has everything in the arsenal to become the next light heavyweight great. Let's see if he can do it. And I think versus Dos Santos, he's going to do it. Again, May 15th. Check it out.